What's up everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to another video. Started off my morning getting some breakfast at Tous les Jours, which from the name itself you would probably think that it's a French bakery, but ironically it's actually a Korean bakery. For those of you that are not from here, the two most popular Korean bakeries that we have here are called Paris Baguette and also Tous les Jours, which means every day in French. I don't know what's with Korean bakeries using French names for their stores. I would think that if it was named something like, I don't know, Kamsamida Bakery, I would probably still want to go to that bakery just as much as I want to go to this one. Maybe they think that if they were to use a French name that somehow it would sound more fancy and more people would want to go. Either way, the breakfast was very good. I got the ube latte, which I don't think I've ever seen at any other breakfast store before. That was really good. Anyways, today is a Monday for me. It's around 7:50 in the morning right now. I just got off of a long week of hard work. So I think today is the day where I just wind down a little bit, allow myself to relax. One of the things that I like to do to feel more relaxed is meditation. I do it pretty often wherever I am. If I ever just feel a little bit uncomfortable or I feel like I have a lot of things to release, then I'll usually meditate. Whenever I do that, it just helps me rejuvenate my energy and allow me to prepare for the upcoming week. So I think I'm going to do that at a park under a tree. I think that would be pretty cool. So without further ado, let's go there right now. Oh wow. If y'all have never meditated before, I truly recommend y'all to do it. And if you're gonna do it outside. It's literally like a god tier relaxation. It depends on the day, but usually I meditate at night in my room right before I'm about to go to sleep. I would turn off all of the lights in the room, play some music on my earphones, and then look outside the window as I'm meditating. Some people like to meditate with their eyes open, with their eyes closed. It just depends on the situation and what you're used to. I personally found a lot of peace just temporarily escaping from reality for a while and just letting my thoughts flow in my mind, letting it go. It's honestly the reason why I'm able to keep going without feeling frustrated about things that happen on an everyday basis. It also happens to be a lovely day today. I saw in the weather report that it said it was going to be completely cloudy, so I had no hopes. But I guess there is some sun going around today. Especially the sky, though. Look at that sky. It's so blue. The clouds are also beautiful. I also happen to be under the most majestic tree. I saw this the other day as I was driving across the road. I was like, I have to come to this park and sit here one day. It's also not too far from my house, so maybe when I have time, I can come back here again, just to enjoy the vibes. The type of music that I like to listen to when I meditate is usually some very slow-paced song. Like just now, I was listening to Burn Like a Cigarette by Porch Kiss and Franz Asma. There's also other songs that I like to listen to. Especially at night, I like to listen to Snowfall by One Heart. That one is always my go-to whenever I have to meditate at night. It depends on the person, but for meditation, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. Some people like to just try to close their eyes and not think about anything. I remember when I first started and I told myself not to think about anything, the more that I thought about things. So my way of doing it is just letting thoughts come in and come out however they want to. Basically, just do whatever you need to do to reach that Zen state where you're not overthinking about things, you're not bothered by anything that happened earlier in the day. That was very relaxing though. I'm glad that I did this morning. I feel like I should give a little update about my job because I don't think I've talked about it since I started. Surprisingly, it's going really well so far. I am now 5 weeks into my job, heading into my 6th week. For the first month or so, I was put in this group of around 17 people where we're just in this computer room learning how to use the system, learning the responsibilities of the job. From that month alone, I feel like I've built a camaraderie with the people in my group. Now that we've started our on the job training, basically our hands on experience, we've separated into our own individual shifts. But whenever I would meet some of the people in my class in the break room, let's say, I would always be so excited to say hi to them. They've basically become my friends more than my coworkers. I love that they did that to put us in a group like that so that, we have these people that we can always connect with, even if there's a lot of people in the company. There's three different parts to the job. One is the tickets. So whenever you're checking your bag at the airport, that's where the tickets comes to hand. There's also the gates where you just help customers scan their boarding pass at the gate. And then there's also the jet bridge where, the bridge that you walk to the plane. There's also somebody that has to drive that to meet the plane whenever they arrive. This past week, I just finished tickets. There was a lot of things that I learned, but I feel like I'm getting used to it now. So then this next week, I am doing gates. So from what they said, it's a little bit more pressure because you only have a certain amount of time to process every customer and get them on the plane. It's nothing that I can't do though. There's a lot of, situations that comes around, but you just have to be open to learn it and then be able to remember what to do when that happens again. As for the commute, I'm basically so used to it by now. I would take the train and then the shuttle. This past week I had a shift going from 5:30 in the morning to 2. So I had to wake up at 2:50 in the morning just so that I can catch the first train at 4 and then be able to get there right before work starts. As soon as I get into the train and find a seat, I would fall asleep immediately. And then on the way back, I would be so tired too that I would be drooling on my uniform. Again, I'm so grateful for the train because it would be impossible for me to drive my car to the place, to the airport, and then drive back knowing how tired I'm gonna be. With the train, I can literally just fall asleep. Somebody is driving the train, and then by the time I wake up, I'm already there. This next 2 weeks, I'm still doing my training, like I said, with the gates, and then the week after that is gonna be the jet bridge. The hours are not, set yet because I'm still, going with a mentor and then taking whatever shift they have. This week I have from 11 to 7:30, which is slightly different. So that means I would have to leave the house by 9 a.m. and probably won't get back home until 9 p.m. Hopefully the jet bridge week I will have better hours, but I really think that the 5:30 to 2 is the best shift. Whenever you do a morning shift, even though you have to wake up super early, but at least when you come back you can still see the daylight and still have some time to yourself. Versus a midday shift, it's more so like you barely have any time to yourself. Does anybody feel that way? Let me know if you have a job right now, whether you prefer morning shifts or midday shifts or night shifts. Personally, for me, I would always say that the morning shift is the best. Hopefully, I get lucky, and once all this training is over, that I can have a set schedule for the 5:30 to 2. We'll see how that goes. So far, so good. Sometimes the work can be tough at times, but knowing the people that I get to work with, that makes the job worth it. Right now, I have some time, so I'm gonna practice my guitar and enjoy the rest of my day. Hey, are you okay? Let me know if you need me to stay. Oh, take my hand. Allow the warmth to bring relief to the day.